It's 1956. A 65-year-old man sits in his car, devastated. His restaurant has just been forced to close because a new interstate highway bypassed his town. Traffic disappeared overnight. Customers vanished. His life's work gone. This man had nothing left but $105 per month from Social Security. Most people would retire, give up, accept defeat. But not Harlan Sanders. The world would come to know him as Colonel Sanders, the face of Kentucky Fried Chicken. But his story didn't start at 65. It started much darker. Born in 1890 in Henryville, Indiana, Harlan's father died when he was just 6 years old. His mother worked grueling shifts at a tomato canning factory, leaving young Harlan to care for his younger siblings. At 6 years old, he was already cooking meals for his family. By 7th grade, he dropped out of school after conflicts with his stepfather. He left home. At 16, he lied about his age to join the U.S. Army. When he returned, he worked job after job after job. Railroad worker, insurance salesman, steamboat operator, failed lawyer who lost his career after a courtroom brawl with his own client. Nothing stuck. Nothing worked. Failure after failure after failure. In 1930, at age 40, Sanders was running a gas station in Corbin, Kentucky. He started serving meals to travelers from a dining table in his station. His fried chicken became popular. By 1936, the governor of Kentucky gave him an honorary title, Kentucky Colonel, recognizing his contribution to the state's cuisine. Sanders perfected his recipe using a pressure cooker, a revolutionary method at the time. He developed his secret blend of 11 herbs and spices. Business was finally working. He opened Sanders Court and Cafe. Success, at last. Until 1956. That's when the new Interstate 75 was built, bypassing his restaurant. Overnight, his customers disappeared. At 65, Sanders was forced to sell at a loss. He was left with almost nothing. Here's where most people would have given up. But Sanders believed in his chicken recipe. He had one idea: franchise it. With nothing but his old car, a pressure cooker, and his secret recipe, Sanders drove across America. He would stop at restaurants, cook his chicken for the owners, and pitch them a deal. If they liked it, he'd teach them the recipe. They'd pay him 5 cents per chicken sold. The rejection was brutal. Restaurant after restaurant turned him down. Some laughed at him. A 65-year-old man trying to start a chicken empire? Ridiculous. He was rejected over 1,000 times. But on attempt 1010, a restaurant in Salt Lake City said yes. Then another. Then another. By 1963, at age 73, Sanders had over 600 restaurants serving his chicken across the United States and internationally. In 1964, he sold Kentucky Fried Chicken for $2 million, equivalent to about $17 million today. But he didn't stop. He remained the face of KFC, traveling 200,000 miles per year to promote the brand, appearing in commercials, and ensuring quality standards were met. He worked until he died in 1980 at age 90. Today, KFC has over 20,000 locations in more than 118 countries. It's one of the world's largest fast food chains. And it all started because a 65-year-old man with $105 refused to quit. Colonel Sanders proved that age is just a number. That failure isn't final. That your greatest success might be waiting just around the corner, no matter how old you are. By 1989, a 39-year-old woman walks through bridal boutiques in New York City, searching for the perfect wedding dress. She's getting married late by the standards of that era. She feels ridiculous trying on traditional bridal gowns designed for women in their 20s. Nothing fits right. Nothing feels right. Everything seems wrong. Most brides would compromise. Settle. Make do with what's available. But Vera Wang decided to design her own dress. That decision would transform her into one of the world's most famous fashion designers. But the path that led her there was anything but straightforward. Vera Wang was born in 1949 to Chinese immigrant parents in New York City. From age 7, she was an exceptional figure skater. She trained relentlessly, dreaming of the Olympics. Skating was her life, her passion, her everything. In 1968, she tried out for the U.S. Olympic team. She failed. Wang was devastated. The dream she'd worked toward for years vanished in an instant. She had to find a new path. She chose fashion. After graduating from Sarah Lawrence College in 1971, Wang was hired as an editor at Vogue magazine, becoming the youngest editor there at age 21. It seemed like success. But it wasn't design. It wasn't creation. She stayed at Vogue for 17 years, working her way up to senior fashion editor. Then in 1987, at age 37, she left to join Ralph Lauren as design director of accessories. But something was missing. One had always dreamed of being a fashion designer, not just working for one. The problem? She was approaching 40. Most fashion designers start much younger. She thought, maybe it's just too late for me. When Wang got engaged at 39, she faced that frustrating bridal shopping experience. She designed her own wedding dress and it was exceptional. Her father, who had refused to pay for design school years earlier, recognized an opportunity. He told her, "There's probably a serious business opportunity here." At 40 years old, in 1990, Vera Wang opened her first bridal boutique in the Carlyle Hotel in New York City. She didn't just want to sell dresses. She wanted to revolutionize bridal fashion. To create gowns that reflected real women, not just the traditional image of a bride. Starting a business at 40 in the competitive fashion industry? With no formal design training? It was risky. Terrifying, even. Wang's designs were different. Sophisticated. Modern. Elegant. They reflected her years in fashion journalism, her understanding of trends, and her eye for what women actually wanted. Her first major client was Ethel Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy's widow, whose son was getting married. Wang spent 8 months on that dress. The bride loved it so much she wore it for 10 minutes before kicking a football with the Kennedy brothers. But word spread. Celebrities started wearing Vera Wang. Chelsea Clinton, Ivanka Trump, Kim Kardashian, Victoria Beckham, Michelle Obama. Today, Vera Wang's brand is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Her company expanded from bridal wear to ready-to-wear fashion, jewelry, shoes, fragrances, and home goods. She has licensing deals with major retailers. She directly employs over 200 people. In 2024, she sold her brand to WHP Global but remains as founder and chief creative officer. At 76, she's still designing, still innovating, still proving that reinvention is possible. Vera Wang started her most successful venture at 40. She transformed from a figure skater who failed to make the Olympics and a fashion editor who worked for others into one of the most recognizable names in fashion worldwide. She proved that your first dream doesn't have to be your only dream. That the skills you develop along the way prepare you for something greater. That 40 isn't too late, it might be exactly the right time. At age 36, Julia Child had no idea what she wanted to do with her life. She tried government work, secretarial positions, advertising. Nothing clicked. Nothing excited her. Nothing felt right. By most standards, she'd already lived a full life. She'd worked for the CIA's predecessor during World War II. She'd traveled the world. She'd married a diplomat. She had everything, except purpose. Then, at age 49, everything changed. Julia McWilliams was born in 1912 into a wealthy Pasadena family. She never had to cook, her family employed a chef. She graduated from Smith College and worked various jobs, never finding her calling. During World War II, she joined the Office of Strategic Services, working in Ceylon and China. There, she met Paul Child, whom she married in 1945. Paul was posted to Paris with the State Department. In Paris, at age 37, Julia tasted French cuisine for the first time. It was a revelation. For the first time in her life, she felt genuine passion for something. She enrolled at Le Cordon Bleu Cooking School. At 37, she was starting over, learning from scratch. She was the only woman in her classes, often dismissed by male chefs. But she persisted. After graduating, Child and two friends Simone Beck and Louisette Berthold started a cooking school called L'École des Trois Gourmands. They also began working on a cookbook. For 10 years they wrote, revised, rewrote. They faced rejection after rejection from publishers. The manuscript was too long, too detailed, too French. Americans didn't care about French cooking. Finally, in 1961, when Julia was 49 years old, Alfred A. Knopf agreed to publish Mastering the Art of French Cooking. The book was an instant sensation. It sold millions of copies. But Julia Child's story was just beginning. In 1962, Julia appeared on a Boston public television program to promote her book. She was supposed to just talk about it. Instead, she decided to make an omelet on live television. Her personality was captivating. Her warbling voice. Her 6 feet 2 inches frame. Her lack of pretension. When she made mistakes, she laughed them off, encouraging viewers to do the same. She was real. Authentic. Relatable. The station received an overwhelming response. They offered her a show. In 1963, at age 51, The French Chef premiered. It became one of the first cooking shows ever on television. It ran for 206 episodes over a decade, revolutionizing how Americans thought about food. Julia Child proved that finding your calling at 50 isn't too late. That expertise in one field can translate to another. That authenticity and passion matter more than perfection. She brought French cuisine to America and inspired generations of chefs. All because she decided at 50 that it wasn't too late to start something new. In 1954, a 52-year-old man drives through California, selling milkshake mixers door to door. He has diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis. He's recovering from gallbladder surgery. He's broke, tired, wondering if this is all life has to offer. Most people at 52 are thinking about retirement, slowing down, taking it easy. Ray Kroc was about to build the largest fast food empire in human history. Raymond Albert Kroc was born in 1902 in Oak Park, Illinois, to Czech immigrant parents. At 15, he dropped out of high school to join the Red Cross Ambulance Corps during World War I. The war ended before his unit was deployed. For the next 30 years, Kroc struggled. He sold paper cups, played piano in bands, sold Florida real estate, worked as a radio DJ. After World War II, he became a salesman for milkshake mixing machines. Nothing great happened. He wasn't successful. He wasn't special. He was just another salesman grinding it out, trying to make a living. At 52, most of his contemporaries were preparing for retirement. Kroc was still trying to figure out how to survive. In 1954, Kroc noticed something unusual. A restaurant in San Bernardino, California had ordered 8 of his milkshake mixers. That meant they could make 40 milkshakes simultaneously. What kind of restaurant needed that capacity? Curious, he drove to San Bernardino to see for himself. What he found changed everything. Brothers Richard and Maurice McDonald had created something revolutionary. Their restaurant served food faster than anyone had ever seen. Limited menu. Efficient system. Quality control. They called it the speedy service system. Kroc was mesmerized. He saw something the brothers didn't: unlimited potential. The McDonald brothers weren't interested in expansion. They were content with their one successful restaurant. But Kroc couldn't let it go. He became obsessed. At age 52, he convinced the brothers to let him become their franchise agent. In 1955, he opened his first McDonald's in Des Plaines, Illinois. That first day, sales totaled $366.12. But franchising was brutal. Many franchisees refused to follow the system. They made changes. Kroc couldn't control quality across locations. It was chaos. At age 62, Kroc made the biggest gamble of his life. He bought the entire company from the McDonald brothers for $2.7 million. He borrowed everything, risked everything. The innovation. Kroc introduced standardization. Every McDonald's would serve identical food. A burger in Chicago would taste exactly like a burger in Cedar Rapids. This had never existed before. He purchased land instead of leasing it, eventually making McDonald's one of the largest real estate owners in the world. He advertised relentlessly. He obsessed over quality, cleanliness, and service. He worked 24/7. His first 2 marriages failed because of his obsession. But he couldn't stop. Wouldn't stop. The triumph. By 1963, at age 66, McDonald's had 600 locations. By 1970, it had 3,000 restaurants in 48 countries. When Kroc died in 1984 at age 81, McDonald's had 7,500 restaurants and was valued at $8 billion. Today, McDonald's has over 40,000 locations worldwide. It's the second largest private employer globally, with over 1.7 million employees. Annual sales exceed $25 billion. Ray Kroc started this empire at 52, when he was broke, sick, and had every reason to give up. He proved that your 50s aren't the end. They might be your beginning. Colonel Sanders at 65, with $105 and a dream. Vera Wang at 40, walking away from security to design dresses. Julia Child at 50, discovering her calling in cooking. Ray Kroc at 52, turning a single restaurant into a global empire. What do they all have in common? They refuse to accept that age defines possibility. They face rejection, failure, and doubt. They started over when most people would have given up. They proved that success has no expiration date. If you're watching this and thinking it's too late for you, remember these stories. Remember that Colonel Sanders was rejected over 1,000 times. Remember that Vera Wang thought she was too old at 40. Remember that Julia Child had no idea what she wanted to do at 36. Remember that Ray Kroc was a broke salesman at 52. Your greatest chapter might not have been written yet. Your biggest success might be waiting for you at 40, 50, 60, or beyond. The question isn't whether you're too old. The question is, are you brave enough to try? If these stories inspired you, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. We're BioNetwork, and we bring you the untold stories of the people who shaped our world. Remember, it's never too late to start over and win.